Hello everyone. So today I have Sonalee with me, and we are here in a beautiful Newcastle University, right? So she's going to share her experience of all the jobs she has done here in the UK, how she has been able to get it. So to start with, do you want to introduce yourself, Sonalee?
Yeah, of course. Hello, everyone. Myself, Sonali. So, I'm basically from India and I have completed my master's from Newcastle University in cloud computing. And today, along with Jishan, I'll be sharing you my part time and full time experience.
So you've done cloud computing here. So do you want to share your experience here in the Newcastle University? Tell us a little bit about should students come to Newcastle, and then secondly, what do you think is the scope of cloud computing?
Okay, so basically, I chose this course because when I did quite a lot of research in India, I found that it's a very hot skill in here, and there's a lot of scope in terms of getting a good job you want to land in. So basically, I had my bachelor's in computer, I worked for 2 years, and then I developed an interest in cloud computing. So coming to here in Newcastle, UK, because I went through the syllabus and I thought there's more of a practical knowledge that you always need to land in a good job in UK. So that's why cloud computing.
No, absolutely. And I think that's like one thing which I've been talking a lot that, as you think about coming here for your masters, it's important for you to have at least certain amount of experience before you come in here. And I'm sure like as you will talk about your internship, the way you got your internship, I'm
Hmm.
sure like you'll talk about how critical that sort of work experience was, right? So obviously you came here for your masters in cloud computing. And did you do any sort of part-time job?
Yeah, I did initially part-time job. Well, my focus area was never to do part-time job, but the culture here mostly the students follow is to work part-time and study as well. So initially I settled down for the 2 months or something, and then after that I started searching for it. And since my course was quite intensive, so I did not focus in the like getting part-time. But then yeah, I got after like 3 4 months I got part time in a cafe in a golf club here. So basically, it was through Facebook. There was an advertisement, and I reached out to them, emailing my CV and all. And then, yeah, and that's the first part time. After that, I switched to a different part time. It was more of a front of house, having more kind of customer experience. So I got it through Indeed at Kickbox Newcastle.
Yeah, makes sense. And what sort of things students should be mentioning in their CV for the part-time job application?
Yeah, I think you just need to be real because you don't have to mention any kind of your technical knowledge or something because they are not looking into it. They're looking into some kind of soft skills like, maybe communication, your time management, how you deal with customers. So that is what it takes for part time, nothing much.
Yeah, so definitely like look on these skills, like which Sonali has just mentioned. Make sure you have added that in your CV. And how long should the CV be?
For part time, I basically think that it should be one page. That's enough.
Okay. And was there any sort of interview you had to go through?
Yeah, I mean, initial interview just to know that if you have got any experience, how you're dealing with customers and how do you speak your English, definitely, because it's quite different when we speak in India and in here. So, yeah, just a normal round with the manager or something.
And like approximately how much was your wage rate?
So it's the national insurance wage that we get. So it's decided by the government of UK as per your age. So I used to get 10.45, and every year I think it increases
Yeah.
by a pound. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I think that should give you an indication of how much you can sort of earn in a month, right? So you can work obviously 20 hours in a week, and that's a wage rate of 10.45, and so you can do your calculation, right? To do your mathematics, right? And was that money enough, like to sort of pay off your expenses?
Yeah, of course. Like in my case, what I did is I already paid my like university fees and accommodation fees, so it was quite a bit sufficient for me to survive here in terms of my daily expenses.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And then, but yeah, so for your daily expenses can be sort of covered with your part-time job, then obviously for your
Yeah.
tuition fee, you need to have some sort of other sort of a backing, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
your
loan or something. Yeah.
yeah, as such, yeah. And then obviously then you transition to getting your internship. And tell us, like during your master's degree, when did you actually got your internship, and when did you start applying for the internships?
Okay, so to be honest, I never, like focused for internship in here because I already had a good experience, like 2 years experience, and I was looking for full time opportunity. But that's what I want to tell the students who are coming here or who are already here that obviously grab the internship opportunity. Because for me it's kind of a luck, I can say. It's an internship, but I got transitioned into a full-time employee in the same company. And when you do internship back in India and here, it's totally a different experience, because the work culture is different, the technologies are different. So I think you should explore the internship opportunities and see what the world has to offer you in terms of technology.
Yeah, and the same for me as well, by the way, guys. Right, so I'm doing my full-time job right now, and the way I got my full-time job was actually doing an internship to start with, and from the internship, the same company sort of hired me, right? So internship is so super
Yeah,
super critical, right?
yeah, yeah.
And remind me, like, if you've, I don't know if you talk about this, right? So why did you thought about applying for internship and not straight away applying for the full-time jobs?
So what happened is I also did a little bit of research. Initially, I was like thinking, oh, should I go for internship or no? But then, it was a pretty easy interview for me. It had 4 rounds actually, but it was super super easy, and I got the internship based on my dissertation. So here for masters, the final subject is the dissertation, and when I got into internship, I got trained in the company, and I worked with them. And then after 6 months, when I showed my interest of continuing in the same organization, well, did my managers as well. So yeah.
And which month was it? Like when you got your internship? So was it like after your dissertation, before your dissertation? So when was that?
So I just submitted my dissertation, and I got the offer for internship like around 1 month. And I started my internship in March 2024. And yeah, it was a 6 months internship till September. And it's been a month now. I have been continuing with the same organization.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's brilliant, right? So after that, obviously after your internship, then you graduated, and then you finally now
Yeah.
you've got your full time job role there, right?
Yeah.
So how many hours is your per week? Like how many hours you work?
It's completely like a full-time employee. So the it's 37.5 hours
Mm-hmm.
basically. So internship also has the same hours.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is same, just the name is internship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is brilliant, right? So
Yeah.
this is like another example, right, of somebody actually getting their job
Yeah.
straight after their masters. But obviously, what I've learned so far is that you have been super organized with your research of applying to the university,
Yeah.
thinking about you've got 2 years of work experience that should be applying, getting an internship, and finally getting this job. And so, what would be some of your advices with regards to application for internships, right? What all things students should keep in mind when they apply for an internship to a job?
So what I would say is basically don't grab any opportunity. Okay, you always have a role in your mind that you want to apply to. Target those roles, and I would say always match your experience with the job description, or you can say that look for something that you already know. Because if you have those keywords and if you have the job description in your CV, then I'm sure that you will get shortlisted. So mainly focus on that area.
Yeah, and like, what about your course mates, right, who came in here? Like, how's their experience? Were like any of them Indian, and are they able to get a job? How was it for them?
So for some of them who've got a lot of experience, like 5 6 years of experience, obviously they've landed in a very good job. Some who are like me, 2 years of experience and are fresher, are still struggling, are still trying to look for the job. So
Yeah,
I believe that everyone will get sorted with their full-time jobs.
yeah, and like, what are some of the common mistakes you think students make when they, when they're graduated with their masters and when they need to start applying for the jobs, right? What are some of the mistakes which students commonly make?
I think that they don't work on their CV. Mostly, what happens in we apply for all the roles having only one CV, which I think it doesn't make sense. Or every job description is different, every position is different. Try to change your CV, or try to upskill yourself, so that you get at least shortlisted, because getting shortlisted is important at the end of the day, and then you can crack on the interviews. So focus on your CV as much as possible.
Yeah. So the first thing is step number one is fixing your CV. And is there
Yeah.
anything about cover letter? Did you have any cover letter when you applied?
Honestly, I did not apply with cover letter, but yeah, that this is something which is also asked by most of the employers in here. So both the things should be in conjunction with each other, so that you get shortlisted. Yeah.
Makes sense. And then obviously then you landed your interview. And for the
Yeah.
interview, how many rounds, and what are the tips to crack an interview round?
So initially there was a screening test where you get shortlisted, and then second is you kind of have a video recording interview where you have some questions in there related to company, related to your own personal experience. And after that I had a call with the manager, and lastly I had a call with my director. So what the tip I would give you, that if you're doing a dissertation, be quite confident about your dissertation and try to explain it in a way that they are convinced with it, because honestly I've landed this job based on my dissertation. So yeah, that's a pro tip that I would suggest every one of you.
Oh, perfect. And with this, if I have to summarize a little bit of your journey, would be that really make sure you know like what you want. You know, as you consider about applying
Right.
abroad, right? So you already have that 2 years of work experience before you come for masters. Have some work experience, and then obviously dissertation. Make sure you pick a relevant dissertation
Yeah.
topic which has got a demand, and then once you pick your dissertation topic, consider doing an internship. And if you do well in that internship, obviously you get the opportunity where you get hired as a full-time employee
Yeah.
upon graduation, right? So that's a little bit of a summary, right? And any final piece of advice for the students who are coming here in any of the future intakes?
So I would just say that do a quite a good research. Do not depend on any kind of consultancies, or do your own research, because I believe at the end of the day you are the one who's going to do the course, not the consultants or anyone. So be confident about it. Look at the syllabus, familiarize yourself with it, learn the basics, because this is masters, so you need to have your basics really very clear. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I would say. So you have got a lot of time before coming here. Brush up yourselves and be prepared for the
Yes.
challenges in
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
And that's like another good thing, right? When you come here for masters, you're actually coming here for studies, right? You
Yeah.
are not necessarily yeah, like the job is the end goal, right? But as she has just mentioned, right, you need to really brush up your fundamental skills during your
Mm.
bachelor's, because the level really goes up during your master's degree, right? So don't sort of compromise on your studies. I'm
Yeah.
sure even your dissertation marks also play an important and crucial role, right, as you consider getting your job.
Not honestly, in
Okay.
my case, they did not really consider my marks in here. But yeah, they, when you try to explain them your dissertation, it really makes look good that you have done it.
Hmm.
Okay, and that what makes sense to them, and then therefore, they when they are convinced with your explanation and all of those things, then yeah, you are then good to go.
Perfect. Great. Thank you very much, Sonali. And then again, I really want to appreciate Sonali because she literally reached out to me with dropping a comment down below. So if
Yeah.
there's anyone else who want to share experience, and she's done such a good job, such an inspiration for anybody who is coming to the UK. So make sure you drop me a message and we can definitely connect, right? Thank
Yeah.
you very much, Sonali, then.
Thank you, Jason.